Pack. What is up? Happy Friday night. Coming to you from, hold on, I gotta think about this. I'm in, I just got done driving like 3 hours. So I am finally in Tallahassee, Florida. I was in Pensacola earlier today, and then I decided to drive, and I literally just got here like, I don't know, 45 minutes ago. So I heated up a quick bean burrito, and now we're on the live stream. Welcome everybody. Let me put my glasses on. Hold on, this is not set up right. Put this up here. Hold on, sorry. I'm gonna rig this up a little bit more. Okay, that might be a little better. All right, welcome. Let's see. All right, we got Meow, Tammy's in the house, Grant's in the house, Reverend RV, Susan. Got a lot of Munch Bunch members. Gilberto, all the ones with the little blue icon next to their name is the Munch Bunch. This is our membership, our YouTube membership. So welcome. We also have, Rebecca's in the house. Hey, Rebecca. Wait, let me change this to all chats instead of just, okay, here we go. Hey, Ann from Menifee. Awesome. I used to live right next to Menifee. Hey, retired 2019. Awesome. Hey, Brenda from Walbridge, Ohio. Love it. Welcome, everybody. Felix Cat, Dirty Knobs. Good evening. How's everybody doing? I also went through another time change. It's very weird to me that part of Florida is still on Central Time, but then the other part of Florida is on Eastern Time. So, am I on East? I'm on Eastern Time now. Yeah, 8 o'clock. So it was weird setting up the live stream in one time zone, and now I'm here, and it said that I was supposed to be on at 7 p.m. And then I'm like, am I late? And so my mind is all jacked up, but I'm glad I made it, and I'm glad you made it too. Susan, welcome. Also, if you're part of the Munch Bunch, if you're part of the memberships, you get custom emojis. So you'll be able to like click on to add an emoji, and you'll see like 4 special emojis that you can use in the live chat. Hey, Libby and China, Maritza, Flubber Lane, Maria. Oh, awesome. Thank you so much. Hey, Stuart from Australia. 12:02 Saturday. Holy moly. Hey, Tracy, how are you? Awesome. Hey, Dana. Oh my gosh, thank you. I've been eating way better and, drinking a little more water. Kind of, but not really. Time changes are easier than space changes. Time-space continuum. I mean, you got a really good point there. Yes, fun. Hey, Rose, how are you? So I've really been, this is kind of what I'm going to talk about in a little bit, but I've really been becoming more diligent about being healthy, especially with all the stuff that's been going on. Hey, Kirk from Trinidad and Tobago. Oh my goodness gracious. That sounds like a great place. Hey, Margaret from Scotland. Oh my gosh, that's on my list. I got to go there. Awesome. Hey, Roger from Indiana. Thank you. Camping with Cruz. Thank you. Hey, Wayne. Awesome. Got a lot of faces in here today, or at least names I can see. I can't see you guys. I want to try something out. Let's see something. I was wondering if I could pin a comment, but it doesn't look like I can. I don't see a way. I just clicked on Grant's name. Grant's our moderator, so if I miss any questions, he'll probably know the answer to it because he's been around for a few years now. So And if anybody gets crazy, he's going to put you in timeout, so don't do it. But I was hoping that I could pin a comment. I've never done that before, but I'm clicking on Grant's name and it doesn't do an option. Plus, I've been doing live chats for over 2 years now, live streams, and I still can't type from an iPad. I literally cannot type to you guys in the chat. I can only just talk. So I don't know if that's a limitation of the mobile device or if it's a YouTube problem, but I've tried to talk with YouTube support about this issue. They just don't care, and they just can't help me resolve it. So I can't literally type anything, but yeah, I don't have any options. So that's interesting. I might, let's see, what's this? No, that's nothing. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to check into that further, but it just seems like there's so many limitations from my iPad. But if I use my phone, it's really small to see, do the live stream from my phone. And if I want to use my laptop, I would need to be more near, be on Wi-Fi, and I don't have Wi-Fi in my van. So iPad it is. But Grant's really great. He is able to type anything on there, so he really helps me a lot. Clint says, Scotland is definitely on my bucket list. Me too. Hey, Robert. I am in Florida, Libby. I am in Tallahassee. I just got here. Hey, Donna, how are you? From Alabama. Thank you so much. I passed through Alabama, and you know what's funny is, I've been driving from Dallas, and I've been just going through each state, and as soon as I hit Alabama, I just felt great. There's a lot of great big green trees, and the weather was pretty nice. I really like Alabama and Florida. I don't know what it is. I don't know if I was supposed to be born on the East Coast and I was born on the West Coast, but I don't know. I like it. It makes me feel happy. Hey, Florida girl. How are you? Welcome, welcome. Undercover boss, yes. Susan says, I just moved back to Missouri from Florida. Oh my goodness. Hey, Amy from South Carolina. Awesome. Hey, Darlene. Knew someone from Texas with your name. Oh, funny. That's funny. Yeah, so basically I am on my way to Jacksonville, Florida, which I'll be there tomorrow. I was gonna go there today, but I was in Pensacola, and that's 5 hours, and I was trying to catch up on a lot of work today, so by the time I looked up, it was already later in the afternoon, and I was like, I'm not gonna make it before the live stream. So I just decided to come to Tallahassee, and then I just have 2 more hours to Jacksonville tomorrow, so that won't be a bad drive. Southeast Tennessee is really nice. Ooh. Tennessee, oh, awesome. Tennessee is really nice. I've been there in a few different parts of Tennessee, and I really enjoy it. So it is great. All right, so let's see. Well, before I get into my story, let's see, what I wanted to say is that we're doing live streams on Friday nights now. I think it's just way more relaxed. It's the end of the week. You can kind of take a sigh of relief, from a week of work, and it's just and I do like having live streams on Sundays, but it seems like the Sunday live streams, it's almost like the feeling of weekend's over, So Fridays seem a little more festive and fun, and it's kind of a little more festive. So we're doing the live streams on Fridays, but this week you're going to get a bonus because I'm part of the I'm part of the YouTube user research, whatever, committee, crew, or whatever. I don't know what they call it. And so they've asked me to test out their live stream shopping feature. So I'm set to do that on Sunday. So I will do a live stream at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern on Sunday. And what it's going to be is I'm going to be live streaming from my phone, but it'll look normal to you guys. But the cool thing is, and I've been working on this all week, so at least come just to see this, but basically I've created some new snack pack travel snacks merch designs, and I'm going to be revealing them on Sunday. And the feature that they're testing, or that I'm going to be testing, is the option to buy merch right from the live stream. So you won't have to leave the live stream and go on my videos or whatever. I guess you can, like, I can show them to you as I'm live streaming. Obviously I haven't tested it yet, so it's going to be new for me as well. But I created a few new designs, and the live stream is only going to be like, it's going to be a little shorter. I'm probably may not do an hour, but we'll see. It might be like a fun time, and we might just be, chilling and having a good time. But I am really just going to like test it out and just see how it works. So I'm very excited. And if you lean in a second, okay, lean in. We're going to lean in a second. I'm going to tell you a quick little secret. I already set up the shop, so you can, since you're already on here, then the 89 of you that are already on here, you can see the new designs right now. I don't want you to leave this live stream, but if you have another device, or if you want to, you could see the new designs. They're already under all the videos on Travel Snacks. So feel free if you want to. You can even buy something now if you want to as well, because I had to set it up for Sunday's live stream. But anyways, I think it'll be a fun time. So come and join me on Sunday at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, just to help me be part of, testing out this new feature. You don't have to buy anything, but if you feel like you want to have Travel Snacks merch, I tried to design some things that are, like something that you would wear on a normal basis, not something too outlandish, but just like a design that would be a little more basic, but still like festive and travel snacky. So I hope you like it. All right, so I just wanted to get that out of the way. What else was I gonna say? I was gonna make notes, but I didn't have time. Also, let's be drinking our water. Because we need to stay hydrated. All right, let me pop in and look at some of these comments before I get on my story. Felix says, I miss warm Florida winters. I mean, that's one of the reasons why I'm over here. Plus, I have friends here. Oh, Renda from Gulf Shores. I almost stopped in Gulf Shores. You know what? Gulf Shores, Alabama. Hopefully that's what we're talking about. I've never been there. And the only thing that deterred me is when I looked it up online, everything said that you can't find free parking near the water. And that could be not true, but I was only going to be there for a couple hours, and I was like, I'm not going to pay. I guess they raised the parking fees to $15 a day. I was like, I'm not going to pay $15 to park my van so I could see the water when I could just keep driving and go to like different parts of Florida, and not pay that. But I heard it's beautiful, and if I go back this way whenever I start heading back west, maybe I will, but it really looks beautiful. Susan says you should go to St. Augustine as well. It's so cool. I've been there and it is cool, and I might go back. Rebecca, do not sleep at the Walmarts. They're too sketchy. I was there last month. Oh, I won't. Usually, like, I've been sleeping mostly at mid-level hotel parking lots, but last night I slept at a Planet Fitness. And I usually don't do that because a lot of times they have posted signs that even though it's a 24-hour, a lot of the gyms are 24 hours. This one wasn't, but they didn't have any signs. And I was like, I was parked there, and then I was like, all right, it was like 9:30 at night. I was like, all right, let me go find somewhere else to sleep. And then when I went to the front seat, I looked around, and it was dark. Like all the shops in that shopping center were closed. Planet Fitness was closed, and there was just like scatters of cars around, but there didn't seem to be any like security or any like officers or anything, and I was just like, okay, if I don't need to drive anywhere, I'm just gonna stay here. So I did. I just stayed at the Planet Fitness parking lot last night, but tonight I'll probably end up going to like a mid-level hotel just to keep it simple. But thank you for the tip, because yeah, I usually don't sleep at Walmart's. Hey, Justice Jane, how are you? Hey, Tina's the outsider. How are you? I haven't heard from you in a while. I haven't seen you on here. Welcome, welcome. Hey, Thomas, how are you? Oh, Sorgy Stories is in the house. Whoop, whoop. Oh, that's so cool. Committees. Hey, friend. Jay has a great channel with his son, Anthony. That is so funny that you popped in today. Because on my drive here, I don't know, I was listening to a travel podcast, and it's funny because they were talking about, like, the podcast's premise is something like they go to a different spot every week, and then they try to get somebody to invite them into their home for dinner, wherever they are. And I was just thinking, like, what a cool concept. And I was thinking about places where, like, I started thinking about food naturally because I just love thinking and talking about food. And I was thinking, like, oh man, you know what would be so good is a Philly cheesesteak. And it's on my bucket list to try like, there's like two competing Philly cheesesteak places in Philly. And there's also more Philly cheesesteak places there. And I was like, I don't eat meat, but I would definitely break my not eating meat situation for trying Philly cheesesteaks. So I was like, I'm gonna keep it in the back of my mind, like, if there's a time in the near future where I might just take a little trip up to Philly to get some cheesesteaks. So that's funny that you popped in. And welcome. Hey Stacy, how are you? Let's see. Yay, we get snacky merch. Awesome. Tina says, I sleep at the Walmarts in Port Richey, and it's good and safe. Awesome. Merch. Nat TV. Do they really have to shove commercialization on every aspect? I get that individuals just try to make a few bucks, but it's just becoming invasive. I do hope you make gains, though. Just hate corporations. You know what's funny, Nat V? I'm kind of with you on that. Like, I'm steering away from, like, trying to steer away from commercialization. But I will say that with YouTube, they're trying all kinds of things. Like, they're, YouTube's just trying a lot of things, is what I'm gonna say. But this live shopping feature, it's not something that I would probably use on a regular basis because I'm not a person that, like, sells things. But I see that it's probably really great for people that do, like, beauty channels, like fashion channels, because they can, go on their videos or live streams talking about, like, different outfits or different makeup products, and they can, sell their own products, but they can also set up links to, like, affiliate links, so that they can get a little money from that too, because anyone that does YouTube and content creation, they're putting a lot of work into the videos and to the live streams. So I'm not mad at that aspect. Obviously, YouTube is always going to try to make money, so I get that. But I think it is going to be a good thing for channels that, are more into products and stuff like that. But that's not really my jam. But I think it is cool to have the option. Love the royal blue t-shirt. Yay! Awesome. Hey, Daya, how are you? Welcome, welcome. Oh, Susan posted the little emoji. That's the little sugar crystal candy corn emoji. Hey, Sasquatch Mike from Kentucky. Yes, Natvi, I got you. Stuart says, do you have van life people meetups while you're traveling? I've done a couple meetups. But I think it was really fun. I mean, it was awesome. Like, meeting, people that are part of the snack pack. That's awesome. But I think because there's been so much going on in my life, just trying to add another layer to that right now, I was just like, that's just another, like, extra thing that I would have to try to set up and figure out, because I'm not from these areas. So I'd have to figure out, like, where to set it up, where to tell people to go, how to get the word out. I'd have to plan it in advance, and I'm not usually somewhere for, like, that super long. Also, I don't know how to do my eyebrows, you guys. I gotta need some help, because I just put like eyeshadow, and now I feel like Groucho Marx or whatever his name is. I don't know. So don't look at my eyebrows. If they're looking too big, I don't know. Maybe they look okay, but I'm feeling like caterpillar eyebrows today. That was a whole side tangent. Caught my eye, but wait. But I'm not opposed to having a meetup in the future, but if I do, I think it'll be a little more planned out. That's the long answer. I love sleeping where I can smell pine trees. Oh, that sounds amazing right now. Thomas says, you can't be more beautiful inside and out. Oh my gosh. You can't improve on perfection. Bless you. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. That is the sweetest little thing. Thank you so much. The internet right now is being used to be scraped for corporations using AIs to replace creators. Generated videos is not a problem. It's part of the future of generating. AI is not going to stop. I think the only benefit is, and this is what I'm going to say about AI. It's going to continue, but as it happens, do your best to support real life human creators because it's inevitable. They're gonna. I mean, I'm sure it's going to be pretty soon that there's going to be YouTube channels, TikTok channels, Instagrams, where they will be like a what AI generated, like somebody that will look just like me or look just like the creators, and they'll be able to talk pretty normal like creators, but they won't stutter like this. They won't be able to like miss a beat or miss a thought or really make mistakes or whatever like this. They'll just keep going because it's AI. So try to support no matter what. Just try to support humans. That's all I can say. Hey, Claire Ellen, how are ya? Pat Steaks, yes. Reading books. I love the deco event. Thank you so much. Stacy, covered in snow here. Oh no, in Colorado. Oh my goodness. We will take you to the best cheesesteak place in Philly and a whole other list of other spots that aren't cheesesteaks too. Long list in a great food town. That sounds so amazing. Hey Sarah, how are you? Rose says, love me some Philly cheesesteak salad. Oh, I've never had that. With French fries on top. That makes it even better. Hey Nelson, how are you? Stacy says, I've noticed YouTube has seemingly changed things up for content creators later. Has it affected how you have to produce or promote your channel? Hope it's not made it more difficult. I'm going to actually be talking about that today in just a second. Let me just read a few more comments and then I'm going to talk about that very thing. Happy Freaky Friday. Oh, thanks, Susan. I'm like, okay, I don't know. Yeah, at least I don't have a unibrow. That's true. Freya, how are you? Oh my gosh, Freya. Freya's a friend in real life. I hope it's back smooth sailing now that you're back on the road. Yes. Yes, thank you so much. Libby, no one can replace the personality of a real human, exactly. And someone that makes bloopers too. Let's see. Max Headroom from the 1980s is not far away. We're making a lot of progress with AI. That's true. I trust AIs as much as I trust weather folks in Alabama. Oh, Nelson, I'm sorry to hear that. Hopefully you're feeling better. So this is what I wanted to talk about. Let me just take a deep human breath before I tell this story. It's really not that serious, but this week something happened, which I'm not going to talk about because it really doesn't matter, but something happened to put me in a tailspin of being in my own personal pity party. Excuse me. And I was just like, like it was like the catalyst. It wasn't like a major thing. It was just like, oh my gosh, like, I've had a hysterectomy this year, so I've like whatever, and then I've had my like infected tooth that had to get pulled out, and then I got pneumonia, and then my pipes burst, and then then the year before I got really a bad situation with COVID, and like I've never really I've never really been able to enjoy my van life. I should have stuck with the car, like full on spiral, bro, like just full on pity party. I was like, just, feeling sorry for myself, or just not even feeling sorry for myself, just like in a complaint mode to myself. And just like, and it's not really like me, but I'm trying to like put it into words that's like how I was really dealing with it and feeling at the time. Because what I'm more so like is when I have a problem or I see a problem, I feel my feelings and then I move off of it and I try to figure out a solution. But I've noticed that for a while now, yes, there has been true actual challenges, don't get me wrong. But I've been like complaining to myself, like, oh my gosh, you spend so much time editing, and you're not making the most of your channel, you're not doing enough, you're not doing all these things, whatever, and I'm like saying, like, I can't do shorts, I'm not that kind of creator, I can't. And so I had a long talk with one of my best friends who is a project manager, like that's her actual job. So she's really good at like sparsing things out in order. And I was just like complaining about it, and I was like, blah, 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 whatever. And I was just listening to myself talking, and I was like, ew, who are you? Like, why are you talking like this? That's not who you are. And I've caught myself going down that spiral of like a almost like a victim mentality. And I was like, what are you doing? And so I got off the phone with her, and before I talked to her, I prayed, and then I got on the phone with her, and then I got off the phone with her, and I just continued to pray. And I was like, had to like sit myself down, almost like in a timeout, like a toddler, and be like, what are you doing? Why are you complaining? Where's your gratitude? Why are you looking at the negative? Why aren't you looking at the positive? Part of the spiral was like seeing like other creators that do like less editing or put less effort into their channels just skyrocketing. And I was just like, well, why did they, why are they making more subscribers, whatever? And I've never really even cared that much about like the numbers. So I don't know. I was just, again, I was in a tailspin, but I was thinking like, oh my gosh, like I really got serious with myself. I'm like, what is wrong with you? You have 60,000, over 60,000 people that eyeballs are on this channel, and then I remember when I was first starting out my channel, and I was like, just like overjoyed beyond for like when we hit 1,000 snack packers. And I was just like, there's so many people that work so hard, and they have a slow pace of their channels growing. And there's times where my channel, and even right now, it's like a slow pace. And all that to say, it doesn't really matter about the amount of subscribers. It's just like what happens when you're a creator is, it's just like, I don't know, you get sucked in. You just get sucked in because you do work hard like a job. You go to work every day and you work. And then it's like selling cars. You could go in and you could sell your butt off. You could sell. You could be charming. You could do whatever. And if you don't sell any cars, you don't make money. Like you can't control other people. You can't control the car dealership. I can't control YouTube. I can't control what they show, who they show it to. I can only control my work ethic, what I'm doing. And so when you make content, you start thinking like, is it ever going to be enough? Blah, blah. And it doesn't matter. You can be as positive as possible, but at some point you're going to get burnt out and you're going to feel it. And so let me read some comments and then I'll finish the rest of my story. My brows were so gray you can't see them. When I just color what's there, I think I look odd, but in reality I'm just used to seeing my, yeah, exactly, that makes sense. Hey Laura's Lanes, how are you? I'm so mad I couldn't get on here. I was driving to a pilot for the night, doing my first car life adventure. A week, oh my gosh, that's so exciting. Congratulations on that. Hey Charlotte, how are you? Stacey says, oh yeah, we all have a pity party for ourselves from time to time. You had quite a few roadblocks this last year, which I believe you handled like a champ. Thank you so much. Hey, vibrational frequency. Rose, I've been not acknowledging feelings and they've ended up crippling me. I've been getting pretty disgusted with myself, so I'm trying to give it to God and make myself live. Yes. This time last Friday, 61.9. Today, 62.2. The channel is growing. Exactly. Hey, Lori, how are you? I'm good. Roger, you have to value the little moments and think of those moments when times get tough. Susan, I think every single person has doubts at times. Yes. So, I was talking to God, and as I was in prayer, I was like so humbled. I had to humble myself because I was like, this is why I titled it. This is my, you know, spoiler alert. I titled this because, I was like, my new boss is mean because, uh, I have a new boss and it's me. Like, I had to really get firm with myself. And I'm going to tell you all the things about this. First of all, I was like, how dare you just be so almost ungrateful? And it's not that I was intentionally being ungrateful. It's just like when I heard myself complaining, I was like, first of all, you didn't die. You had all those ailments, sicknesses, all the things, and you got through it. You didn't die. You're not permanently, you know, scarred or disabled. You have all your faculties. You still have freedom. You are able to get up whenever you want. You can drive wherever you want. Your van's working. I just started going down the line. In my head, I was like being like tough love to myself. And I believe in nurturing myself as well. But this very moment this week, I really felt like I needed a talking to because, you know, I acknowledge the fact that there's been challenges. I do, and I acknowledge it a lot of times. But on this occasion, I was just like, you need to go, like, remember that this journey is about other people. It's not about you. And that's why I started this channel is number one, yes, I'd like to explore the world and the country, but I started it to share with other people. And 60,000 people is nothing to like shirk off, I know that I've helped people, even if it was one person, because I get messages where people will say, your tips have helped. I enjoy watching this. It's helped me in these various ways. And just like remembering those times, it really brought me peace. It really brought me down from that moment. And so I was like, you need a talking to. You need to get yourself together. And so after I prayed and I was in like a full, like, loving state of gratitude and like thanking God for just reminding me of being grateful and just being, so like heartful of joy of remembering that and just being like, wow, like we've come so far as a channel. It's really awesome. And the snack pack is so loving and so wonderful to me and to each other. And I just left that prayer feeling way better. Not only like way better of just where I started from, when I was like in a complaint mode, but just way better in general. And then I was driving at the time while I was praying. And then when I parked, I just pulled out my journal and I just started like writing down all the things, because I do work a lot, but sometimes I feel like I'm spinning my wheels because I have so many ideas. I'm constantly trying to like try new things and do all these things. And there's times where I have things that I really either want to get done or need to get done, but it's always like, oh, I'll deal with that later. I'll deal with this later. And a lot of times I find myself doing not like busy work, but kind of just like things that don't really like kind of move the needle, if that makes sense. And so I don't know how to say it, but it's just like there's little things that are naggy that I'm like, just take care of it. Like, stop pushing it off. And so I don't know if you guys have ever felt like that, where sometimes you got to just grab a hold of yourself and be like, write a list and just start doing the things that you've been putting off, because nothing changes until you change. So I wrote like the longest list, and I'm going to read a few things to you because I think it's important to share some of the things, because maybe there's things that you've been putting off and maybe you can write your own list. I don't know. Let's see. Oh, Cosmos from Tokyo, Japan. Oh my goodness, I definitely want to go to Japan. That sounds awesome. Doubt your doubts. Yes. Praise stamps out hell's brushfires. Yes, Jane, I love that. Grant says, I remember when we were thrilled to reach 1,000 subscribers. Exactly, exactly. And I still am. Gilbert Gabato, I'm great. How are you? Gratitude is key and having a vision for the future. Yes. Hey, Krista, how are you? Libby says, I think it would be important to take breaks, vacation times to unplug, time to refresh, renew, get clarity. I see other content creators taking breaks, and you are one of the top YouTubers that I watch. Awesome. Thank you so much. Chris says, self-reflection is a great thing. I am just getting over a self-indulgent pity party with me. Head of table, be strong, love it, I will be fine. Awesome, awesome. Roger says, that's why Thanksgiving is my favorite day. I cook for my family and give thanks to God for being able to be here. Yes. Susan says, you're freely sharing about how you live your life with God at your side is what drew me to your channel. I love that you started thinking of things to be grateful for. Yes, thank you, Susan. Stuart says, Grant, are you related to Allison because you used the word we when talking about Allison? Oh, we're not related, but Grant's been part of this channel like pretty much from the beginning. He was on my first live stream. He's been, I mean, just really, again, since before we hit 1,000 subscribers. So he's been around for a while. And yes, we as the collective snack pack. Oh, Libby, thank you so much for the little cute lemon heart eyes. Super chat, super chat. Thank you so much. Let me give you a shout out. Let me give you a shout out, and then I'll tell you another little thing that happened this week. Let's see. Thank you so much. Okay, so what I wanted to tell you is, on this list, there was all these things that I wanted to do, and what I realized is that there's a lot of distractions. Even when you don't want them to be, there's a lot of distractions. Like, I realized that I had hundreds of apps on my phone and like all these different folders. Like, I had like 3 pages of folders of apps. Some of them I don't even know what they do. I don't know how, I don't know why I put them on my phone. At some point I probably read about it on a blog and was like, I need that app. So I went through and I deleted every app on my phone that I didn't know what it did. I deleted apps that I was like, maybe I'll need that in the future, because I'm like, well, you don't use it now, so delete it. And one of the things, some of the things that I wrote down on my list is like for example, photo and video storage. Get rid of all excess photos. Go through all the videos and like delete the ones that you've already made videos out of. You know, like I have like 10,000 photos and videos, and now I've over time I've gotten to the point where now I'm paying $10 a month for like the cloud storage, and I'm like, why? That's just excess. You are not going back looking at those photos. You don't need those videos. So I have some extra hard drives, and I'm gonna just like start dumping stuff and just getting rid of it. So that's kind of what I mean, like by getting rid of things that are just distracting, like any apps on your phone, any extra like things that you're paying for that you don't use, like the storage, cloud storage. Another big thing that I was like also sick of was just because I live in a van doesn't mean that I need to look frumpy. And I'm approaching 50, and so I'm just like, I want to look better. I want to dress better, not like fancy. I'm definitely a creature of comfort, but I want to do more in the area. And when I mean more, I don't mean more clothing. I want to get rid of all the stuff that makes me feel like frumpy, and I want to have just like key pieces. I want to like downgrade my wardrobe. I want to just use simpler things. And so I'm just gonna like buy like a few key pieces and just keep it simple, and then just rewear those same things over and over. I wrote down quality pieces, only comfort, and throw away everything else or donate it. Lose weight, keep your diet clean, be active, keep stretching, do your exercises, be more active. Food, set up dessert days instead of eating dessert every day, which I haven't been eating dessert every day, but this is just on my list. Cook more, prep more, put a menu together. Don't buy extra food that you're going to throw away. This is all in one sitting, PS. I mean, it's like a long list. Van, get your maintenance done. Get the things done that you haven't done yet so you can be at peace. and then make a calendar for after all repairs are done. So like a calendar to like remember to um, oil change, rotate tires, air filter change or whatever. Um, Organize, use your planner. I have planners. I love a good planner. And I use it willy-nilly. I'll use it some days. And so as my new boss to myself, I was like, every night before you go to bed, you need to write out what you're going to do the next day. You can't just go to bed and wake up whenever you feel like it and just do whatever you want. Because that's kind of the lie of being a nomad. Okay, and this is maybe going to be an unpopular opinion, and it's okay if you want to disagree. It's okay. We don't have to all agree on everything. But what I've realized as almost 3 years on the road is that this is something my mom taught me many years ago, and what my grandma taught her many years ago, and I'm sure many of you learned the same lesson. Everything in moderation. It's so simple, and yet we all try to get the most of everything. It's not feasible to always be on vacation. It's really not healthy to constantly be in a state of travel, a state of constantly moving. It's just not. You have to have times where you're grounded. And so one of the things that I was like so proud of when I was on, like, once I quit my last job, like my traditional job, was not having to set an alarm. And I was like, yeah, I don't have to set an alarm, anymore. I'm my own boss. I could just, wake up whenever. And I am pretty much an early riser anyways, like just in general. But I haven't set my alarm in like, I don't know, however long I've been living in vehicles. And so this week I was like, especially with all the time changes too, because I found myself like waking up at different times. I was like, set an alarm. You need to get serious. Like, stop being so willy-nilly. And so I started setting my alarm this week. I started using my planner. Go through all my emails, unsubscribe from all the ones that you don't care about, redo your folders, get rid of all the old stuff from like 2004 that you've never looked at. Let's see. Another thing is, and this is not a brag, I'm just telling you facts. Every single day I get an email from a sponsor request, like, oh, we want to send you this product. We want to sponsor you, whatever. I get at least 1 to 2 every day from different companies. And I don't really accept sponsorships in general, like for the most part, because number one, a lot of them just want to send the free product, and I don't have room for just product. And number two, a lot of it is not stuff that I would probably ever use in my life, and I'm not going to share anything that I'm not going to share something with the snack pack just to get money or just to, whatever. I'm just not going to do it. I'm only going to share things that I actually use or like, or if they do want to send me something that I think is interesting and I try it out and I like it, I would share it. And it could be a great way for me to earn extra money, but I'm really just opposed to sharing things that I don't consume or don't love. So I need to come up with a stock email that I send, like a response back to them saying that very thing. Like, I'll be happy to like try out your product for the ones that I would maybe want to try. And here's my rate. Here's my rate that I would charge if I do a video, because I'm not just going to receive a product and just do it. Cause what am I going to do with that product? You know what I mean? Like, it's just an extra thing for me to have to go through. And I could just like give it to somebody like in my mind, another nomad, but I don't meet up with people a lot. So it's a whole thing. So I need to get that in order because my inbox is just full of unresponded to sponsorship requests. Let's see, there's stuff about relationships. There's an entry here about resting, which I usually take Saturdays off. And I've been kind of willy-nilly about that. And go to sleep on time. I've been kind of like up and down on that. It says church, go. Like, I need to get back on wherever I am, like finding a church and going. And then there's a whole section on YouTube. I'm not going to go into that because that's going to just take all night. But the final thing at the very bottom, it says, Get rid of everything you don't use. And it's just really true. Like, especially America, we're the land of accumulation. We're the land of just getting things and, maybe using it for 5 minutes and then never using it again. And I'm even guilty of that in the van. Like, there's so much stuff in here, not so much anymore because I've gotten rid of a lot of it, but there's lots of stuff that I'm just like, you don't wear those outfits, you don't wear those things. There's food in here that I bought like a long time ago that I thought I'd make different meals and I haven't used. There's just stuff, So anyways, this whole list came from being in a state of a pity party. So I want to encourage you that when you get in a pity party, go ahead and have your time, have your party, have your sadness party, your emotional moment. But then shift it. Like, give yourself a time limit. Don't let yourself go all night or all day. Give yourself a time limit. Be like, for the next hour, I'm going to complain about everything. I'm just going to like get it all out. And then be like, but what do I have? Like, what are all the things that I do have? Because I guarantee you, especially if you live in America or like a country that's like more free or whatever, I guarantee you have so many things. Even if you don't think you have a lot, you probably do. And at the top of my page, it says, honor God and honor your word with yourself. And basically that's it. I mean, case closed. So I have a new boss. It's me. And I'm just getting serious. I'm just getting serious with myself. Let me read some of these comments. Barbara says, ask him to order your steps. Maybe it's a spiritual attack. Ephesians 6 helps. Yes. And that's what I was doing when I was praying. I was like, I'm over here just complaining about this, that, and the other. And it's like, God, what is it that you want me to do? And I do pray a lot about guidance. I pray a lot about him guiding me. But when you're in that moment, like when I was in that moment, it's like I lost track a little bit. Hey, Mountain Wanderer, how are you? Thank you, Grant, for posting those links. Yes, if you would like to make a donation to the snack fund, feel free to hit the $sign under this chat or any of the links that Grant posted. Never necessary or obligated, but if you feel like supporting, you can, or you can join the Munch Bunch, which is the memberships here on YouTube. And we have like a little club on the back end that is just fun. And I post little community things, and I'm going to be posting more on there just for the members. Nancy says, when I subscribed to your channel, it was because you have a witness for the Lord. I have never been disappointed. Amen. Thank you. And that'll continue. I'm going to continue to always talk about God. Hey, Fozman, how are you? Oh my gosh, yes. I paid for that dreaded extra gigs for cloud storage for years and finally got rid of it 2 years ago. Oh my gosh, yes, I'm on that path. Allison, I have the same list. Little tip, you can use Google Calendar to plan. Yes. So I actually use Apple Calendar, and I have it and I've used it, but I use it for basic things like doctor's appointments, but I'm starting to use it more like as my specific plan for each day. And it's already helping in a week. I've already gotten done more this week than I have in a while. Like I've been going through like a lot of ups and downs, like health-wise, but this week, since I was like, all right, I'm starting to feel better, you need to get it together. So the calendar is helpful. Stay tuned says, I have a hard time getting rid of all I need to... The message got cut off, so I'm not sure. Hey, Chris Diamond travels from sunny Florida. Awesome. I'm in Florida too. Susan says, yes, love that. Staying grounded. Yes. Yes, yes. I've been gone a while. Yes. Welcome, welcome. Brenda says, I don't spend a lot on clothes anymore. I'm just a jeans and t-shirt kind of girl. Yes, Brenda. Yes. I looked up a little bit on, I didn't want to spend a bunch of time on it because, again, I'm trying to like not be distracted, but I was just looking up like budget fashion for women, over 40. Should have put like closer to 50. But I just want some basic things that's simple. And I've been looking up, like, because I'm not going to pay. It's like $200 to get your colors done, but I'm not going to pay for that. So I've just been like looking at like old pictures of myself and um, different colors. And I think I look good in like brighter colors. And it's funny because a lot of my wardrobe right now is like grays and blacks and like dark navy blues. Um, so you're going to probably see a change, in me like putting on more like fuchsias and like royal blues and like reds and like, just whatever. It's coming because I really want to be vibrant and, have some really quality pieces. Because I do love jeans and t-shirts, and I want to just get quality, not like expensive, but just quality. Hey Amy, how are you? Stacy says disciplined. Yes, I think that's my word for this year, is disciplined. Like, I'm really working on my discipline, especially like even in the area of eating better and working out, because I literally do not like working out at all, ever. But I'm like, you got to. I mean, by the time I hit 50 this year in September, I want to be looking good. Like, I want to be feeling good, I don't want to have all these little aches and pains. Let's see. Stay tuned. Allison is the person speaking. Oh, yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Susan says, it sounds like you are working on a personal reset. Very freeing. Yes. Yes. I feel a shift coming. I don't know if you guys have really had that in your life, where you go through a spell or a season and then you start to feel a shift. And this is kind of like right before I started living in my car, I was feeling that shift to like resign from my job and travel more. And then I was in my car for a while. Then I felt like a shift to get into a van. And now I've been in this van for a while, and I'm feeling a shift to broaden the travels and to kind of like do a more hybrid, slow mad type situation where I, sometimes I'm in my van, sometimes I'm in a hotel, sometimes I'm in an Airbnb, sometimes I'm international, and sometimes I just stay put for a few months. It's just like, it's kind of like a Bruin, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's pretty much what's happening, is that reset you were just saying. And it's actually very freeing. It feels good. Good night, Chris Diamond. Got to get up at noon tomorrow. That comes early. All right. Let's see. Martina, don't get too much stuff, because then you spend more time taking care of all your stuff. Exactly. Steven says, hope you're having a good evening. Thank you. You as well. Claire Ellen, wonder if we all searched your channel on YouTube, if it would promote your channel per the algorithm. I don't know. I don't know about that. I honestly do not know how the algorithm works. All I do know, and I might have mentioned this on another live stream, is that I've heard other some of the channels that talk about how to grow your YouTube channel. I've heard them say that, and I actually think Mr. Beast said it too, who's like one of the top YouTubers, said to replace, maybe that's who said it, to replace the word algorithm with audience. So if you say, the algorithm hates me, no, the audience hates you, which is kind of harsh. Harsher than me as my own boss. But what he's trying to say is, like, if you keep blaming the algorithm, you're never going to grow as a creator or a person. So you got to continually do better and grow and be better, especially as an entrepreneur or somebody that's doing this as a career, or, your job. You have to continually keep trying, just like any other business. You can't just, set it and forget it. You got to keep trying. And so I'm constantly trying to make the channel better. But yeah, that's a very interesting thought about like searching on YouTube. I never thought of that. Oh, Charlotte, thank you so much for the super chat. $9.99. I've been reorganizing, and now I can purge all the stuff. Good idea to go through the phone and get rid of a bunch of. Thank you. Yes, I hope it works out for you, because even now that I have just even gotten rid of a lot of the apps, I keep looking at my phone going, oh my gosh, it feels so much lighter just to look and not see like all these folders and folders and folders of like junk. It just feels lighter. And the more I keep doing little things like this, the lighter I am feeling. And it just feels quite nice. So the reason I was saying like about this, I had to find this like sounds app on my phone because I was like, I move things around. Let's give you a shout out for the super chat. Thank you so much for the donation. I truly appreciate it, Charlotte, and for your comment. It's very sweet. Thank you so much. Comfort is king. Yes. El Gato is that purging old pictures and videos. Yes. Yes. Definitely. Let's see. I'm planning to dye my hair purple. It will be the closest thing to wild that I've done in my 61 years. I love it. I love it, love it. That sounds awesome. Hey, Andrea, how are you? Stacy, when you mentioned the Apple Calendar, do you mean the regular calendar that's automatically on your phone, or is there an actual Apple Calendar you choose in particular? It's the one that's on the phone, and I have a Mac computer, so I think it's called iCal, like Apple iCal, and so they work together, so it's just easier for me. So that's the one that's on the phone. Elgato, I need a shift like lock the hubs into 4 low granny gear kind of shift in a rut. I feel you on that. I feel you. Mike says, which truck stops have you visited that you like the best? Mine will always be Pedro's south of the border. So I don't think that I've ever stayed in a truck stop to date. I don't think so. If I did, I can't remember, because I've stayed at since I've been living between my car and my van, I've stayed at lots of places. I don't recall ever sleeping overnight at a truck stop. So I'll have to get back to you if I ever do. I love your expressions when you do the sound effects. So cute. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. So before we head out, because we're getting close to the top of the hour, but before we head out, most truck stops are pretty safe. Yes, I would say truck stops are safe, and there's no real reason why I wouldn't stay there, except for maybe that it's a little more loud if trucks are coming in and out at night. But other than that, I think there's a lot that are really great. But before we leave for the day, I'd love to like have this be a little interactive. Like, I've kind of shared a little more vulnerability about like what I'm going through, and I would love to hear some of the things that that would be on your list of something that you would write down that maybe you've been distracted by, or something that has kind of been holding you back that you haven't really dealt with. Because these are like, this longest list is things that I do sometimes and don't do sometimes, but like if I would just chip it down, my list would be so much shorter. But you know, things have just kind of stacked up. So are there any things in your life that you've been kind of putting off? And if so, I'd love to know about it. And then we can share and just see, that we're all human and we all have things that, we're trying to get through. Clint says, I've lived in my house for close to 30 years. I have been going through rooms and closets, throwing everything away. I have hauled off about 10 truckloads of stuff I didn't even know I had. Clint, that is amazing. That is amazing. That's the kind of shift I'm talking about. Just like looking around and going, what do I have and what do I really need? What do I really want? Because I think I get stuck sometimes. Like, I've obviously gotten rid of a lot of stuff because I don't have, I live in a van. So I don't have any furniture. I don't have anything like that. But still, you can live in a small space and still accumulate. And so it's really nice to look around and just think, why do I have that? Or why am I keeping something that I haven't used in a couple years because I think I might use it in the future? It's kind of a weird thing that we've kind of not all of us, but a lot of us have kind of bought into the like commercialization of like needing to hold on to things. Gilberto, be a lot more carefree. I love that. I love that. Rose says, you wouldn't need to be in the truck area. Actually, it's best all around if you don't. Okay, awesome. Yeah. That's my alarm to take my, they put me on like an acid reflux pill. And it's funny because it's 9 o'clock because I'm on East Coast time now, which I forgot it's going to get like later. Sobriety. Oh, that's an interesting one. My friend Tim Ward, he has a channel and he talks about sobriety. He got sober, and I know has some videos already, but he's gonna be doing a series on sobriety, I think. So that would be a good channel for you to check out, because he goes into detail, and it's really great that he shares a lot of his journey to sobriety. Susan says, I'm trying very hard to walk every day. It's hard because I find it boring. Susan, I am right there with you. I don't find it boring, but it's just so weird. It's like a catch-22, because I live in a van to be free, but I sit here and I spend a lot of time editing. And so I'll look up and it'll be like 4 o'clock and I'm like, oh, I'm not going to walk today. I'm too tired. Or it's getting late. I give all the excuses, but I have been walking more. So sometimes it's just like a discipline thing. Like this week I started saying, it doesn't matter if you don't want to do it. To myself, I was like, you do it. Just like a boss. I'm like, you're going to do it. You have to do it. No excuses. And I'm like, dang, I'm mean. But it got me out to fresh air and sunshine. So, well, it wasn't really sunshiny, but it was overcast, cloudy, but still, uh, 10 truckloads, that's pretty impressive. Yes, exactly. Stacy, COVID helped many of us minimize. Same here, still going through storage to knock it out. Yes. Libby says, purge my house, simplify, simplify. One daughter getting married. Congratulations. My son will graduate high school in 2 years. Oh, that's awesome. Clint says, I'm a minimalist, getting rid of anything I can't use or don't need. Awesome. Lori says, we all do it. Oh, yes, I may need that. Awesome. Clara Lynn, set a date to start my rig build, eat healthier, and start my business to help people quit drinking and or smoking. I would love that. That is so, so awesome. I love that. I'm really against the whole smoking industry, vaping industry. I think it was really aggressive towards younger kids, like especially the vaping. So I'm like super against it. And this is also an unpopular opinion, and I hope you don't unfollow me, but I'm just telling you. I think that I don't know about other countries because I don't live there, but in America, we have such a culture of putting down people that don't drink. Like if you don't drink alcohol, it's like, oh, you're not fun. Oh, um, you're boring or whatever. And people think that drinking should be just part of life, like drinking all the time. And I'm not opposed to drinking. I think it's fine if you drink occasionally, or you have social drinking or whatever. But I think it's become such a lie that people tell to themselves and to each other, to say like, when you want to celebrate, you drink. When you are feeling sad, you drink. When you're feeling stressed out, you drink. When you go to parties, you should get drunk. When you go on vacation, you should drink a lot. And it's like, I don't know why we got to that level. So I really love that you're, starting a business about that, because I think there's a lot of people that just don't even think about it. But it's like, it's fine to drink in moderation. Again, everything in moderation. But, I don't know. I think it's just gotten out of hand for a lot of people. Eagle Bear, to be a lot more carefree, spend all of my life working and worrying. It takes a toll. Yes, it does. Get back into shape, get out and make friends. I am antisocial. Yes, I love that. I love that. I'm doing the same. I'm trying to, get out of my shell more, walk more, make more friends. Oh, awesome, Stacy. Rose says, my problem is when I really enjoy something, I put it off because I haven't earned a treat. Oh, I feel you on that. I feel you. Clarelyn, I quit drinking 3 years ago. Best decision of awesome. I think that's been around the same time that I haven't had a drink in, like, I think the last time I drank was in 2019. So probably around the same time. Not because I even drank a lot back then, but still, it's like, why do I even drink? Like, I don't enjoy it. Brenda says, I cleaned out my house when my husband passed. I'm sorry to hear that. I found so much stuff that he didn't even use, like new tools and such. I told my son, if your dad was here, I'd kill him. Oh no. But yeah, like, I mean, it's the same. Like, I see so many people that has stuff that I know that they don't use it, and it's like, just get rid of it. Clint says, I used to love walking, going to the gym, but now I'm in a wheelchair and I miss it. Looking for new physical activities. Oh, that's good to like find things that you enjoy and just to get out and be, with different physical activities that you can find. Yes, the smoking has been my biggest fail, and I've got patches ready. Oh, awesome. Oh, John. Okay, that's interesting. All right. Vaping allowed me to quit smoking. Okay. But is it the vape that has the nicotine? Because, like, I know there's different kinds of vapes. Like, some has nicotine and some doesn't. So if it's just the act of, like, smoking, I think that's great. But if it still has nicotine, then I think it's still very harmful. Oh, Laura, you don't drink either. Okay, cool. I love to hear when people are like, I don't drink, and I'm like, oh my God, it's so rare, to hear that. Jay says, truth, not drinking is considered a sin. Really? And we come from the beer capital of the world and think that. Hold on a second, I'm getting an alert. Oops. Hold on. Oh. Go. There was an alert and then it disappeared, so. Hold on. What in the world? Wow. Susan just sent $50 in a donation and wrote anything you need. That is so sweet, Susan. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. I appreciate that truly. That is a blessing. Oh my goodness. Let me give you a shout out. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. Hope you're still on here, Susan. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you. That is such a gracious donation, and I appreciate it very truly. That's going to be very awesome. That's probably going to go to help with gas and food. And what's really great though is like I'm totally not complaining because the gas, like across like from Texas on, has been like in the $3 to like a little less than $3 a gallon. So I'm not mad at that at all because, listen, I've been paying like $5 a gallon in California when I was there, so that's a like also a blessing to be able to pay less. Rose says, I quit drinking because I didn't want my babies to have a drunk mama. My mother-in-law was one and saw what it did to her. Oh no, I'm glad you were able to quit drinking. Sometimes it can be super hard. Let's see. Mount Wonder. My house is in a state of chaos. 30 years of a crappy marriage plus raised kids nearly alone. Things have gone south with the maintenance and the accumulation of stuff. No help, and I'm overwhelmed. Oh my goodness. I totally feel you on that. And I think one of the best things to help with that, for me, this is just my advice, and you can take it or leave it, is the first thing that I would do is I'd get a sheet of paper, because that is helpful to me. I don't know if you're the same type of person, but I would just literally take, 30 minutes, and I would just write down everything in your mind. It doesn't have to make sense. And then, okay, so after you make your whole like brain dump list of like just all the things, then scratch off the things that really you don't even need to be thinking about it. Like it's just something that's just cluttering up your mind. And then you look at all the things that you want to declutter or get rid of or whatever, or the maintenance things or the accumulation things. And then you just start with one. Just pick one and be like, okay, well, even if it takes you 1 week each, just be like, okay, like I have this one maintenance thing that I've been putting off. Let me take care of it this week. And then you just keep going down the list, because you're going to have time, over time. And if you just start with once a week, then it's helpful. And then you get on a roll. Like I've made this list of like a few days ago, and I've already gotten so much stuff done because I see it written down in front of me on one sheet of paper. Not wonder, I need a purge so bad. I feel you on that. Brenda says, I don't drink either. I used to drink wine, but not anymore. Wow. Clint says, so much stress puts on society these days. People look for a temporary escape. It's so true. Thomas said, to be closer to my Lord and Savior Jesus, because so much He has done for me. So I make it a point to pray and ask God how are you doing. Awesome. Let's see. Started at. John says, I started at 12 grams. Now I'm at 6 grams. Should go to 3 grams, then 0 grams. Oh, I love that. See, that's what's cool though. Like, I think if you are like, as long as you're making progress off of things that are like vices or things that, that you're working towards, that's what I'm saying is like, if you could make even a little bit of progress, it's so helpful. You don't have to do everything all at once. Baby steps. Charlotte says, I don't drink. I was always the designated driver. Me too, Charlotte. My friends know me. They're like, oh, Allison, if she's coming to wherever we're going, she can drive. Oh, yes. Awesome. Susan says, passing on how God's blessed me. You're welcome. Oh, thank you so much, Susan. That's so sweet. Jane says, I gave up drinking when I realized my husband was moving towards alcoholism. Still dry after 40 years. Husband not so much now with third wife. Holy moly. Yeah, I'm saying like alcohol can get its grips on people and it can be really bad. Let's see. My hubby is in California right now. Fuel has been steady rising there. It's bad all over again, everywhere again. Yes. Oh, milligrams. Okay. I think God just gave me grace to quit drinking. Awesome. $5 a gallon in Canada. Holy moly. That's still gross. Well, it sounds like we're all kind of doing things to make progress, and I'm really grateful for that. And I'm really grateful that, well, first of all, I'm just grateful for the snack pack, but I'm grateful for these times where we can just like talk a little bit and chat a little bit about stuff that's going on, because we're all, how do I say, like we're all more alike than we think, maybe. And I think a lot of times we think that we're going through something alone or whatever, and I know that that's not true. Like, we all have things that we're working towards. It may not be the exact same thing, but it's helpful just like hearing some of the things that you guys are saying or tips you give me, and I was like, oh yeah, I never thought of that. And like, maybe if something I share can inspire you or help you, that's awesome too. And yeah, it's just exciting. And now I feel great. Like, I feel like I'm in such a better place. Do I still have health issues? Yes, but not as bad as before. It's just little baby step progresses, and it's feeling good. I'm working towards simpler things. Excuse me. I have some things that's coming up in the future, places that I'm going that I'm not going to share tonight, but I will be going to some really cool places. The content's going to be really good, but it's going to be a little more organized. It's just exciting. I'm feeling a lot better. So the start of this week was just like bad mood central, and now I'm feeling like, a shift and a lift of my spirit. And I just also just like give all the glory and praise to God, because without Him I'm not here, and without Him I have no wisdom. Without Him I have nothing to offer. So everything that I talk about is from Him. So I just wanted to say to you guys, thank you for being part of my life. Thank you for every one of you that's ever laid eyeballs or ears on this channel, that's been supportive, that's, just been loving, kind to me, to everyone else in the snack pack, for, hitting that subscribe button when you did, because you didn't have to. There's a bazillion other channels, for being part of this family, for being part of my journey. And I'm going to continue to try to, be the best travel snacks host as possible. But I really appreciate you guys so much. I love you. If somebody hasn't told you, you are so worthy. There's people out there that love you. You're cared for. It may not feel like it at times, but just know that people, you know, you are loved. You know, don't believe any lie that says that you're not. So hang in there with whatever you're going through, and each week, you know, we're gonna be here just supporting each other. Shane says, I don't really drink alcohol, can't stand the hangovers. Oh my gosh, totally, me too. Oh, 365 in Colorado. Okay. I'm great, Shane. Thank you. Thank you. Brenda says 285 now, back to 345. Today I filled up and it was 320 in Pensacola. Thank you, Libby, so much. Stuart says, thanks for your wisdom, Allison. Best wishes from Australia. Down under, looking forward to next time. Awesome. Thank you, Jay. Gas about 285 here in my part of Texas. Jumped to 40 cents a gallon. Yeah, it has been jumping, but it's still, well, to me, it's still great because it's not California prices. Good night, Brenda. Thank you so much. Angel Wings, how are you? Thank you, Lori, so much. I just found your channel and I love it. Oh, thank you, Cassie. Thank you so much. God bless you, Barbara. Clint, have a good evening. Thank you so much. Thank you, Daya. Yes, big shout out to OG Grant. Grant is always holding it down for us. And I truly appreciate that because it just allows me to be freed up so I don't have to like constantly be checking to see if there's any weirdos in the chat. So thank you, Grant, for all that you do. Thank you, Susan. Thank you, Mountain Wanderer. It's a blessing to be part of this wonderful group. Oh, thank you. Stacey, this is what I needed tonight as well. Happy I was able to catch a live. We love you. Love you bringing us. Oh, thank you so much. Bye, Libby. Hi, Crystal. How are you? Thank you, Rose. Enjoy the chat. Be safe. Thank you, Roger. Hey, my charmed unicorn. Awesome. Let's see. 407 in Cali. Crystal, you did? You met Adriana? Adriana's I met Adriana last year at the RTR, and she's awesome. I'm so glad you met her. She is awesome. Oh, Susan coming through with all the Munch Bunch emojis for being a YouTube member. That's awesome. I love those little emojis. Thank you so much, Susan, for posting those. Good night, Stacy. All right, well, you guys have a great rest of your evening, and I will see you guys on Sunday. We're going to do a quick live stream on Sunday, so join me at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, and I'm going to just show the new designs and just try out the little shopping thing and just see how it works. And I think it'll be fun and festive, and it sounds like it's going to be a fun time and something cool to try. So thank you guys for tonight, and I'll see you guys on Sunday. And until next time, bye for now. Good night. Awesome. Awesome. Oh, the Glow meetup. Awesome. Bye. Bye, Grant.